With Clary Connor, the great trainer who's got the filly burst. Horse racing, the big events from Randwick, from Doomben, from Ascot and Flemington. The finals in the men's and women's Australian Hockey Championships. A wrap of motorsport, including the touring cars from Lakeside, plus all of the action in AFL and Rugby League. Yeah, stay with us. Plenty more to come on Sportswell. Well, to win a golden slipper is a dream many horse trainers have, but very few realise. Clary Connors has the distinction of achieving the feat twice in succession. Yesterday, he also won the 2-year-old Triple Crown for the second time in a row, when his filly Burst took out the Champagne Stakes at Royal Randwick. Tim Wharton caught up with Clary this week as he prepared Burst to enter the history books.
Dawn, and it's business as usual at Sydney's Warwick Farm Racecourse. It's a cacophony of thundering hoofbeats and shouted instructions as the horses, riders, strappers and trainers begin track work. While for most here it's just another day at the office, for trainer Clary Connors it's pretty special. Watching his filly Burst going around her paces, a horse that could very well win for Clary his second successive 2-year-old Triple Crown.
A couple of the riders not happy, but they're off in the slipper. Bold Promise missed the kick. Bold Promise is a clear last out of the starting gate.
The fairy tale began last year when a colt by the name of Terse catapulted Clary Connors into the limelight. The 2-year-old winning the Sire's Produce, the Champagne Stakes, and of course, the Golden Slipper.
Vionnet still in front, Canonise and Terse. Big Dreams can't reach them. Vionnet tackled by Terse and Canonise. It's another one for Shane Dye. Terse wins the slipper.
Winning the Grand Slam was a great achievement for Clary, and the day he won the slipper will always live long in his memories.
It's so hard to explain. You just tingle with excitement. Something we'd sort of hoped and planned for 12 months with the horse. And you sort of just can't believe it happened. It's just the buzz of it all, and well, it's just, you know, you can't explain it. It's a feeling like you've never had before, honestly. It's unbelievable, it was.
Sadly, just a few months after winning the Triple Crown, Connors made the difficult decision to retire the colt after a bleeding attack. But then along came Burst, a filly that surprised Connors with her determination to win.
Burst down the outside is rocketing to the line. Burst has swamped Clan O'Sullivan, 4 straight for Shane Dye.
For Clary Connors, the emotion of winning 2 successive Golden Slippers was overwhelming. The victory surpassing anything he'd felt before in his years of racing.
The fairy tale come true.
It is. It's fair. You know, but you dream of the things. You get up every morning for 4:30 the last 40, 30 years doing these things. You know what it's like. When we won the second time was just going to live the legs like jelly. I just couldn't believe it. We just all fancy winning 2 in a row. And so it was just it was a different feeling altogether.
Gates open, off and running in the Sires.
9 days later, Clary was celebrating again. Burst winning the second leg of the Triple Crown, the Sire's Produce.
And Burst got about a half length on Commissar, who's boxing on strongly. 2 lengths away is King Marauding and Merry Shade. He's got to go for Burst. Commissar is coming again on the inside. Burst about a neck in front. Commissar trying his heart out, but the filly's too good, and she got away right on the line to win at a half length.
When you started out, did you imagine that you could be, now that you're on the verge of creating history, winning 2 successive Triple Crowns and 2 slippers?
Never. Never, ever. No.
How does it feel?
Don't know.
So now Clary Connors gets the chance to create history. A win for Burst today in the Champagne Stakes would give him his second successive Grand Slam. All that stands in his way are 8 other runners.
They stand well. Off and running, good.
As the gates opened, the odds were against Burst. No filly had ever won the Triple Crown, and it looked like it would stay that way. Burst and jockey Shane Dye settling at the back of the pack. But as they turned for home, Di and Burst began a dramatic charge to the line.
Di's hard at work on the filly. She's trying to see some daylight. He's about to push into the clear. He's out now on Burst as they come to the 200 mark. Imposing Bull, Yachty, never forget. Burst on the outsiders coming out after them. Yachty still in front. Burst on the extreme outside. Imposing Bull in the centre. It's Yachty and Burst. They're coming to the line absolutely locked together, and it's close right on the line. There's nothing in it. Burst or Yachty.
As he waited the decision, Clary was less than optimistic about Burst's chances. But in the end, the judges saw it his way, giving Clary and Di their second Grand Slam and a place in history. For Shane, there were never any doubts that Burst would win, even when trailing at the back of the pack with 600 metres to go.
They went slow, but I knew I was on the best filly, or the best two-year-old in the race, who had a great finish on her, so I wasn't too worried.
Clary, however, wasn't so sure.
Clary, how nerve-wracking was that?
Well, I thought she got beat, you know. You don't have a second chance, do you? There's only one chance at it. And I thought she got beat. I'm sure 8 out of 10 people here would have thought she got beat too. The only thing, you got the outside angle at here at Randwick, and, you know, it sort of helps a little bit probably. But anyhow, she's won.
How does it feel creating history?
Well, it's great. Super, you know, just something to try, and she's done it.
So where to from here?
Spell. Spell.
What about you? How's your nerves?
Yeah, I need a spell bad, I tell you.
A relieved man, Clary Connors. Quite a story there from Tim Wharton. What a result they've had, Shane Di and Clary Connors. We talk about the Triple Crown in racing. What is it exactly? Well, in the two-year-old sense in Australia, it's the Golden Slipper, the Sires Produce Stakes and the Champagne Stakes. The most famous Triple Crown in racing is in the United States, the Kentucky Derby, which was run this morning and we'll be showing you in the next segment, followed by the Preakness and then the Belmont. In England, the 2,000 guineas run overnight. We'll be showing you that again this morning in a moment, followed by the Epsom Derby and the St Leger. So that's what the Triple Crowns are around the world. And Burst was the first filly to win the Triple Crown in the two-year-old Triple Crown in Australia yesterday. Prior to her, Terce had won in 1991, Luskin Star in 1977 and Baguette in 1970. So she's the first filly. Well, we've got a young colt joining me after this, Keith Hillier, and we'll go to Max Preston as well.